Morning, children. Hope you all are hale and healthy and taking very good care of yourself. Welcome to fourth session, Social Studies, Paper 2, continuation of Chapter 15, The Making of Independent India's Constitution. Children, in last session, we have completed two topics, characteristics of a constitution, that is a parliamentary form of a government, and federalism. As federalism, you have to understand in detail. So, remaining part of federalism, we will try to complete it in today's session. Second topic is examples of critiquing in Constituent Assembly debates. And third topic is examples of debate on fundamental rights. Let us start a lesson. The chapters on which law can be made are divided into central list, state list, and concurrent list. As we have already understood what is federalism. Federalism means there will be a two set of governments. The powers has been divided between the two governments. So they gave some autonomy to these governments in their particular spheres. For example, only the central government can make the laws on the central list. So here when that subject has been divided into central list, state list and concurrent list, only the central government is having authority to make the laws on the central list. The subjects which comes under the central list like defense, foreign policy of India, military, navy, borders of India, economic policy, financial system of India, all these are the responsibility of central or union government. Whereas the state government can make the laws on the state list. The subjects including in state list are the marriages, education policy, police, law and order, and the development of an infrastructure of a particular region comes under the state list. But in a concurrent list, both the central and the state government can make the laws. The common topics which will be covering in concurrent list, mostly the priority will be given to the health and the education. However, in case where a state makes law contradictory, only the central law will be valid. So, central government is always having an upper hand, or the priority will be given to the central list. This is a logo of Indian Administrative Service and Union Public Service Commission. Now, as the Constitution provides that without depriving the states of their right to form their own civil services, there shall be an all India service recruited on all India basis with common qualifications, with uniform scale of pay, and the members of which alone could be appointed to these strategic posts throughout the Union. So here there is a need to have a government employees. So on what basis the government employees or the government servants get recruitment? It should be having a common qualification. After getting a particular qualification, they should be having a common uniform scale of salary, and they'll get appointed to these particular strategic posts. Ambedkar is referring here to the creation of the Public Service Commission. IAS, Indian Administrative Service, IPS, Indian Police Service, through which most important officials are recruited both for the state and the central government. This is a logo of Indian Forest Service and Indian Administrative Services. This is also comes under the civil services. Telangana State Public Service Commission. This is a logo of State Public Service Commission. So as I said, we are having the government employees at the central level as well as at the state level. So under the State Public Service Commission, the Telangana is also having, every state is having their own Public Service Commission, and this is a logo of Telangana State Public Service Commission. So children, with this we have completed our federalism topic. Let us proceed with another topic. Examples of critiquing in Constituent Assembly debates. As our constitution moving forward, we can get a question that why we don't have any critics who are criticizing the constitution. Here, few are the examples we are having when there were many criticisms on the draft constitution. Some, the prominent personalities like Maulana Hasrat Mohani. He argued in a Constituent Assembly that the present constitution is merely a copy of the 1935 Act. It was reminded that during the freedom movement, when cabinet mission visited India, Political groups like INC, Indian National Congress, demanded universal adult suffrage and opposed 1935 Act. So he was just saying that the parliamentary form of a government which they have adopted, or most of the part, it's just a repetition of 1935 Act. Another critic was Damodar Swarup Seth. The union that would have been formed in our country in this way would not have required so much emphasis on centralization as our learned Dr. B.R. Ambedkar has laid. This is a slide where you can see Maulana Hasrat Mohani along with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So, as let us continue with this, the criticism of Damodar Swarup Seth. According to him, he has criticized that when the subject has been divided into three lists, central list is having a more important subjects. And he said that okay, centralization is a good thing and is useful at times, but we forgot that all through his life, Mahatma Gandhi emphasized the fact that too much centralization of power makes that power totalitarian and takes it towards fascist ideals. So he said that as Mahatma Gandhi ji believed that infiltration or decentralization of power, when the subjects has been divided, the most important subjects has been given to the central government. So he said that it is one of a criticism which has pointed out by Damodar Swarup Seth. Now let us go for the some examples on fundamental rights. There was a criticism even on the fundamental rights. In the context of right to equality, it was decided to legally put an end to the practice of untouchability. Let us read a part of the discussion on fundamental rights to understand the different viewpoints. It was a day, 29th April 1947, in a cabinet assembly. Mr. President, the Honorable Dr. Rajendra Prasad was there in the chair, and the critics who has started the debate, first one was Mr. Pramatha Ranjan Thakur. He said that I do not understand how you can abolish untouchability without abolishing the very caste system. He said that now we have just said that we are having a fundamental rights, but there is still India is having a deep rooted caste system. So nothing has been mentioned regarding the caste system. Another critic was S.C. Banerjee, as he said that he want to get an actual clarification of the on the definition of untouchability. And the third one is Sri Rohini Kumar Chaudhary, and he said that now when we are saying using the word untouchability, it means untouchability means on which act the people are facing discrimination. Either there was a discrimination on grounds of religion, caste, or lawful vocation of life. Mr. K.M. Munshi, he is also opposed that we are not having a proper definition of the word, that what is untouchability, how the people are facing a discrimination actually, whether on the ground of place of birth or the caste or even a gender. So he want a clarity on that. Now the fifth and the last critic was Mr. Dhirendranath Datta. According to him, he wants the clarity on a definition of untouchability. He has set an example, he has just presented an example that if a magistrate or a judge dealing with offences shall have to look to the definition, one magistrate will consider a particular thing to be untouchability, while another magistrate may hold a different thing to be untouchability. With the result, there will be no uniformity on the part of the magistracy in dealing with offences. He said that if a case came to a judge, one judge will be having some part of a definition, or he will be having some different meaning for untouchability, whereas the another judge is having untouchability in a different form. So when they are giving a judgment, they will not be having a clarity in their judgment. So, as Mr. President Rajendra Prasad, he has ended this debate, and he said that I take it that the union legislature will define the word untouchability so that the courts might prescribe proper punishment. So he has ended the debate that the courts should have a proper definition on, or the union legislature, when they are making the law, they should have a clarity on that, on what basis the word untouchability has been used, and how all the people of India can avail the fundamental right and the right to equality. So today we have finished off these topics, children. So let us have a quick recap. We have learned about the three lists on which the laws can be made, that is central list, state list, and concurrent list. Critiquing in a constituent assembly, how Maulana Hazrat Mohani has raised his point of view, and Damodar Swarup said he presented his point of view, and how they have argued on the concept of untouchability. And in a home assignment, children, you have to prepare a poster on untouchability. Thank you.